Business in the 217 on the WMAY morning news feed, and connecting with Michelle Ownbey, publisher of the Springfield Business Journal, about things happening in and around the Springfield community when it comes to business. Michelle, thanks for taking time with us and keeping us plugged into what's going on in the business community. Before we talk about some of the stories that you've got lined up, let's tell everybody how they can get a copy of the Springfield Business Journal.
Sure. You can go to springfieldbusinessjournal.com and sign up for BizBites. That's our weekly newsletter, and it's free of charge. And of course, you can also sign up to get the print edition delivered to your home or office.
It's an important resource for being in the know about what's going on in the Springfield business community. So we greatly appreciate joining with Michelle each and every week to talk about what's going on in and around the area. And speaking of in and around the area, I was just telling you before we started here how much I need to go to this next business because my golf game is not where it needs to be. So tell us about a golf simulator.
Yes, I think a lot of folks are going to be excited about this one, especially as we head into cold weather. A new place called the Back Nine is getting ready to open in Rochester. They're shooting for a November 1st opening date. And I had a chance to talk with one of the owners, Ryan Buckles. He's the finance guy, kind of handling the admin and business side of things. And then Andrew Bardashes, he's going to be handling the day-to-day operations. The two of them are lifelong friends and golfers. And as you said, it's a basically high-end golf simulator. So you can play, Augusta, Pebble Beach, well-known courses from all over the world. They've got about 150 to choose from. Now, Ryan did warn me, though, Greg, it does not make you a better golfer. He said, this is not a video game. It doesn't improve your skills in any way. It's pretty much real life. However long it takes you to play a course in real life, that's what it's going to take you on the simulator. So sorry, I can't give you any hope there.
Well, I was hoping it would be like, going like to a driving range and just hit a virtual ball and get my swing just right. Because gosh, every time I hit a ball and try to drive it, it slices right. It's incredible. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. But maybe, just maybe, I can go to the golf simulator and still get some of that experience and fine tune my my golfing ability. So that's going to be in Rochester. And when that's open now?
November 1st is what they're shooting for. He said they plan to do a lot of golf leagues, fundraisers, things like that. And of course, many people like to golf year round. So instead of having to go to Florida or Arizona for a quick weekend, they can just keep things going right here in central Illinois. So maybe if you practice year round, it will help.
So that's the Back Nine in Rochester. We're talking with Michelle Ownbey. She is the publisher of the Springfield Business Journal, here for Business in the 217. Let's talk about RE/MAX Professionals. A bit of a change up of the ownership there for the Springfield RE/MAX. Tell us about that, Michelle.
Yes, so this deal was finalized September 30th, but Jim Fulgenzi has purchased RE/MAX Professionals from Al and Linda Young. Al and Linda have owned it for more than 3 decades, I think about 35, 36 years. And of course, Jim has been with RE/MAX for quite a while as well, but he is now the official owner. He says no immediate changes, some things in the works down the road, but for right now, staying put, really just wanting to support the team of brokers. They've got about 60 or so agents out there, and just want to continue doing good work.
It's a name that a lot of people see on signs around homes and buildings all across the area. So RE/MAX Professionals getting new ownership here locally. So we'll keep an eye on that space. Michelle, something else, too, that, we saw the funds for this approved months ago by the U.S. Congress. And now we're seeing those dollars for businesses. It's another round of grants going to businesses to help with economic recovery here in the, I'm guessing we're in a somewhat post-pandemic phase, but tell us.
Hope.
Hopefully, yeah, but fingers crossed. Let's talk about the back to business grants, with those grant dollars starting to go out.
Right. As you mentioned, this is actually money from the feds, but it's flowing through the state. So Illinois got about $250 million in grants for the Back to Business program, another round of COVID relief for businesses. This one, they've tried to simplify things, and they're especially targeting businesses that were not awarded funds from other grant programs like PPP or the big grants that we saw last year. So basically you get points for being in a zip code with a hard hit population. You get points if you have not received funds from these other programs. You get points if you're a targeted industry, like a restaurant, hotel, entertainment venue, things like that. But otherwise, the eligibility is pretty wide open. And so Thursday, Governor J.B. Pritzker announced the first $24 million statewide, again, out of $250 million total, so still quite a bit left to award. There were 10 businesses in Sangamon County that received funding. And again, maybe not surprisingly, a number of restaurants, a couple of hotels, places like that. But the application window is actually still open. It closes on October 13th, so you still have until next Wednesday to apply for these funds if you think you might qualify.
And these funds can be used for a variety of things. And as the Pritzker administration said last week, they are grants. You do not need to pay these dollars back, but they're coming from federal tax resources that were approved earlier this year. And again, that window to close October 13th. I don't know about you, Michelle, but time's been going pretty fast. So that's going to come up here real quick.
Yeah, absolutely. But again, it's a much simpler application process, nothing like what we saw with PPP. So pretty straightforward. And, I think businesses should definitely apply if they have any inkling that they might qualify. Basically, if they can show a loss from 2019 to 2020, I suspect most businesses can. But if you can show a loss in income, you are probably a good candidate to apply for this.
Michelle Ownbey, Springfield Business Journal publisher, thank you so much, as always, for connecting with us and giving us a lay of the land of what's going on with the business community here in Springfield and the surrounding area. It is Business in the 217. I'm Greg Bishop. That's Michelle Ownbey. Thanks again. We'll talk again soon, okay?
Thanks, Greg.